We cannibalize the face and all its facets. Still, we cannot satisfy our voracious appetite for the raw, unfiltered reactions of others, their look of genuine surprise or disgust upon hearing or seeing something for the very first time. Almost as if, confronted with the thing itself, we wouldn't know what to do. Have we stared at the surface so long that the chain of chemical impulses no longer fires across our synapses? So long that we must attempt to jumpstart a reaction with these mechanistic and rather grotesque caricatures of affect? Or is this the unveiling of emotions for what they always were, if better disguised? A ritualized performance, the naturalness of which is the result of much practice and repetition. Perhaps we are more like the AIs in this regard than we care to admit. We too must harvest the micro-expressions of others and study the art of facial recognition so that we may project an appearance of humanity that looks natural but is by no means innate. Similar to the reactors are the explainers. In these too we find a desire to immediately diffuse any ambiguity with the absolute certainty of its definitive explanation, often staged as a reaction. In doing so, the explainer often crops out the margin of error and elides the gap between form and meaning, the interstices of interpretation, transmuting boring content into a series of juicy and palatable tidbits presented in rapid succession as incontrovertible fact. Even the idea of thinking about something deeply for any length of time seems ridiculous on screen. The thinker broods alone, looks at droplets gliding down the window, sees a flock of starlings or some other shot of nature seeking equilibrium with itself, and then springs up, eyes glittering, dashes to the blackboard, and begins furiously chalking the equation, the proof. Is the actual work of a scholar so obtuse that even with our vast repertoire of motion graphics and special effects, we cannot represent it as something other than a montage of stock footage? A light bulb illuminating a familiar face? Does this predictable pageantry of inspiration prove anything more than its own banality? Is it not an allegory of how very little it takes to make us feel as if we got it?